Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. This is Wrestling Red Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between. I'm your host, James J. Joining me tonight, Scooter Dust.
Wubba lubba dub.
I see you finally captured a owl, and just in case you need some toilet paper.
Yes. Save the trees. Wipe your butt with an owl.
There you go. We will be joined by Kaliko a little later. Uh, Depending on who you ask, it is not a great day for wrestling.
However,
As
it is a great day for me because I won $60. But
well,
that's got nothing
congratulations.
that's got nothing to do with anything. Uh, Also, don't forget our huge toilet paper raffle coming up. No, no,
I could
I'm kidding.
actually do a toilet paper raffle. As you know, I have a toilet paper hookup.
No. That would be inhumane. And anybody who sells their toilet paper,
Who who
just
called us
somebody to
humane?
is a no scumbag.
Uh, the main thing to come out of wrestling this week, uh, obviously not a lot of actual pro wrestling.
Or biggest
But
thing not to get out of it.
but WrestleMania was confirmed to take place on April 5th and the 4th now.
Yep.
WrestleMania will be 2 days in multiple locations in front of nobody. A lot to unpack there. How about we start with WrestleMania being in front of nobody?
Well, they they are they're they've been used to you know uh for the past couple of weeks now not having an audience, and they're they're getting they're getting used to it.
Do you think
But
that
they're not they're not divulging the location of the second location.
not yet, or are they going
No,
to eventually, or not at all?
I I don't think they are. It's gonna be a close set. Uh, from what I hear, from what where I'm actually reading right now.
Well,
Uh,
the Performance Center is a close set as well, correct?
yes, but I'm meaning close set, meaning they're. It seems as if they're putting a makeshift setup together. That's what I'm interpreting this as.
Okay.
I, in other words, I think it's going to take place outside in the parking lot.
At the PC Center,
Yeah, probably.
you said that uh, they're probably getting used to not doing a show in front of a crowd. You think that these last couple weeks not being able to be in front of a crowd has benefited them
Well, surprisingly enough, the ratings have never been higher.
because everybody's home?
It's true, but Raw, which was literally, oh, let's show highlights from Elimination Chamber and let's have Steve Austin just and Becky Lynch just beat the crap out of Byron Saxton.
Hey,
And
Stone
I,
Cold, whenever
I
Stone
got,
Cold's on the show, yeah, ratings are going to go up a little bit.
but say what you want about Byron Saxton. You gotta love the guy. He's a team player.
No, I don't have to. I don't have to say that.
But I mean, considering that they have to limit the amount of people that are like on camera at one time, it really does limit a lot, and they gotta find creative ways, to put in. I would even say, you know what? Put an entire like green screen over the audience and digitally impose a crowd.
You know, you're not the only person that's told me that this week.
Like but they do it like around the entire performance center, from going all the way around, green screen and everything. You superimpose, enter, the WrestleMania 36 arena setting.
Yeah, why even have it at the PC Center? Have it at the arena that they were supposed to do it, that football arena, and just cover it in green screen.
Are you really saying they could sneak into Raymond James Stadium and green screen it as if it was the performance center?
No, not as the performance center, as the actual arena. Tonight's attendance has broken records.
It's broken the record for the lowest record attendance ever.
All I
People
know,
people don't realize that records exist on two ends of the spectrum. There are high records, and then there are also low records.
all I know is WrestleMania 9 has a run for its money, as maybe was WrestleMania coming up.
No, I would say WrestleMania 11 is a little bit above, a little bit lower than WrestleMania 9.
That was the one with Shawn
Lawrence,
Michaels and Diesel.
yeah, but Lawrence Taylor and Bigelow was the main event.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Those couple in between, not not the greatest WrestleManias.
And speaking of washed up football players, Rob Gronkowski is officially the host of WrestleMania.
I mean, not the worst host they could have picked. Not the. I mean, they've had worst hosts in the past. As long as he gets the name of the arena right, he's good to go.
It's gonna be like, welcome to the Superdome.
He might
Welcome to
actually,
Fox Stadium.
yeah, he might actually get away with that. Um, you know, second thing to talk about on there was no crowd. Obviously, them not having to deal with commercial breaks is actually going to benefit them. They could
Yeah,
actually,
but they've actually after that footage leaked of the complete stoppage of the match during the commercial, they now have made any matches that happen at the performance center that go to commercial, they must continue wrestling.
yeah, only crap like that happens to WWE, right? And TNA.
Yeah, yep.
And
Well, I mean, that's one of the few drawbacks to having a constant satellite feed that people can tap into.
correct. I've always heard about those satellite feeds, and it always kind of seemed cool to have.
Yeah.
Um,
All
the
right.
second thing that we wanted to talk about was WrestleMania being over the course of 2 days now. We talked about this in January for Wrestle Kingdom. I kind of said, WrestleMania could be 2 days. Now in times. You kind of shut that down, but here we are.
Yep. And I mean, considering the, this is probably the WrestleMania where you'd want to do that,
Right.
considering the number of high caliber matches and legends. Um, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they split it up by brand.
That actually might be a good idea. That was my question. Is it a wise decision to have it as 2 nights, or maybe not the best idea?
Well, considering that Raw and SmackDown both have two marquee matches, Raw's got Lesnar and McIntyre and Undertaker and AJ.
And Edge and
And,
Orton.
well, Edge and Orton, I don't consider the marquee, the marquee match. It's as much as we want to see Edge come back, we wouldn't be tuning into WrestleMania just for that.
Fair enough.
I mean, if Edge was doing something else with somebody else, maybe. But this, this whole situation kind of, brought like the aura around Edge's return to almost like a grinding halt. So, you know what? Maybe three marquee matches. I mean, Lesnar, McIntyre, Undertaker, Styles, Orton, Edge, and then SmackDown, Reigns, Goldberg, Cena, and Wyatt. But then they don't have a third marquee match.
Oh, I
And,
beg to differ. The third
and,
one is Heavy Machinery and Mandy Rose versus Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode and Sonya Deville.
that's funny.
That will put asses in the seats.
And then that might put seats in asses.
Dude, what
And
up?
we are being joined by Kaliko Yachts as promised.
Kaliko Pirates.
Hey, they're calling. Someone was calling the computer.
What?
Somebody was calling your computer.
Kaliko,
Yeah,
can you hear us?
Yeah, man.
We were calling
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just had to like make some calls, man. Like this coronavirus getting stupid. Like my graduation got pushed back to December.
Oh,
So,
damn.
yeah.
More exams.
But that's
Hell no. Fuck the exam. Shit.
but that
Yeah,
has nothing to do with the coronavirus, correct?
Oh, it's got everything to do with it. Actually, they've been pushing back a lot of graduations. Like, it's crazy.
You guys are on mandatory quarantine over there, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of like a 24-hour lockdown, unless you like military personnel or essential personnel.
No, I think I'll go outside.
I mean, you can still go outside. Like, that's the thing. People think it's like you can't, like, you can still go outside because if you got to go get some food, what the fuck they going to tell you? Oh, I'm sorry, you got to stay inside and starve to death. So,
Right. Meanwhile, flash mob tomorrow, Times Square. No.
the nights.
Kaliko, you were singing the WrestleMania blues, correct?
The streak has been in. The streak is over.
You didn't need Brock Lesnar to break the streak, correct?
Nah, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but hey, man, I can't trip over something that's beyond my control. I know a lot of people they're honestly, a lot of people that I knew that were going, they would rather have gotten the news immediately rather than how WWE tried to like delay it to the end.
Right.
So it's one of those things, man. It's just it's nuts, but I mean, shit's different right now. So
I mean, we should all just like go to Vegas now. Nobody will be there.
I know, man. They showed like LA traffic, and it is like the smoothest it's ever been. I mean, since ever. But
Oh yeah.
And they've started to mandatorily close all non-essential businesses here in New York as well.
oh yeah, I heard about that. Y'all, but at least y'all got till Sunday.
Now,
Yeah.
Like,
Kaliko, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania obviously being in front of nobody? Now it's 2 days, and it's going to be in multiple locations.
uh, I called this like, and just follow me when I say this. If anybody ever plays spades, and everybody put out like that jack. Everybody put out that jack, and they expect that jack to walk. That's exactly what Vince McMahon is trying to do with this WrestleMania. He tried to make this jack of clubs walk the table. Uh,
But he's gonna get overplayed by the Black Mariah.
I know, right? So it's something. It's
Right.
smart in a sense where they don't want to risk a bunch of people being around each other, because that was the one thing I noticed with AEW trying to be so different that all it takes is one, and that will shut that shit down real quick. Um, so they're trying their best to like do within the guidelines and keep people from, possibly getting sick, therefore ruining their biggest payday, quote end quote, of the year, even though it's already fucking ruined.
Well, I said this before you guys actually go, but I just had another brilliant idea. Before I said, why aren't they green screen the entire performance center and overlay the WrestleMania 36 arena on top of it? But I thought, what if they replaced the seats with webcams?
Huh. That
That would be something, but I just wonder,
Or if
that's
they
gonna
could,
be a lot of mics to pick up. So
or if they could do it live through VR.
well, they do have WWE VR for the paid previews.
I mean, if people could access, a live VR stream, you know, I mean, just make it a little bit, more special. And I mean, they're 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 taking essentially a $23 million hit by doing this. Yes, they're saving costs in the end, but it's the revenue that comes from the access.
merch,
Yeah,
Everything in between.
yeah.
yeah,
It's about total $23 million. Not 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 too big, but not so good either.
but you're just looking at it from a WWE perspective. You're not even looking at it from a indie perspective, as that's like
Yeah,
their biggest pay weekend.
yeah, yeah,
Like WrestleCon and
yeah.
Progress and
Oh,
Impact and
that
Heyo!
Not to
I
cut
came in at the
anybody
right
off,
time.
but Mitch Mayhem has joined the show.
Sorry, I was busy ordering fucking Wendy's. It took forever.
that that bullcrap about WrestleCon being on the hook for over $100,000 in lost revenue by Marriott was complete and total bullcrap. And within 30 minutes of the social media backlash, Marriott Marriott backed off. But yeah, this is a proverbial nail in the coffin for indie wrestling.
Yeah, real quick, so I can add something to that. Like Glico just said, it basically shut down the whole industry. Because WrestleMania weekend, like he just said, everything is at WrestleMania weekend. So you just effectively shut down the industry when you did that.
Essentially, if you don't have a performance center or some type of venue like AEW has, you're not doing shows.
See?
Yeah.
And the only reason why AEW is even okay is because Tony Khan owns Daily Plaza, you know?
Correct. Yeah.
And see, and I mentioned this last week. If the WWE,
Excuse me.
Jesus Christ,
That was an accident, I swear.
oh my God.
Keeping it classy on Wrestling with
That was an
Entertainment.
act. No, I was eating earlier and it escaped me. I'm sorry. Shit happened.
See a doctor. Wow.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna say something kind of mean.
I was concerned.
If I said what I was gonna say, you would have been pissed at me. But anyways,
That didn't sound right.
okay,
Yeah,
I'll say it. Okay, Crohn's.
Boo.
I told you you'll hate me if I said it, but okay.
And you're right.
Continue
Goodbye.
what you were saying. Let's get past this.
Oh,
now.
I'm fucking around. Stop. Well, damn, I didn't mean to kill this.
Did we just lose?
Did he really leave?
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh no.
Are you dude, Scott, don't be like that.
Oh.
Mitch,
Hold on. Yeah.
what are your thoughts on WrestleMania being at the Performance Center 2 days in front of nobody?
Hold on just a second. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna. Wrestling requires a crowd, you know. So I don't know how it's gonna play. I don't know if the industry will even survive. So.
And you asked Scooter this, but I'll ask you now, Kaliko. What are your thoughts on it being obviously 2
My
days?
phone's freezing. I'm trying to message him.
That that's something like the big shows have done now with
New Japan.
New Japan. We actually talked about that in January of possibly WWE WrestleMania being 2 days.
Well, now they want to do it 2 days, but I get it. I get why, because granted they have a lot of their people in Florida, and then with the restriction law, as far as like the CDC is concerned, they're like no more than 50 people, so it would make sense for them to have just the essential people to do commentary, production, and the staff to do the wrestling, and just have it split like that, so that way they won't risk getting people sick. So, I mean, that means a takeover. Something's going to have to get sacrificed, probably like a takeover. So that just makes you wonder what they're going to do with takeover. But even then, takeover still won't be the same, because takeover, I honestly, I think stuff like this makes you realize the importance of a crowd, whether they are cheering you or booing you. It just shows you like how integral we are to this business. And I just hope that like we don't, and that's just like through all of them. That's through every promotion, AEW, WWE, Impact, whoever. And it just shows you like the appreciation that you could have, the fact that you had the liberty to go somewhere and do something like that. You know what I mean? And be a part of stuff like that. But to me, overall, it's not a bad move from a health standpoint. So I think it's just Vince looking out for his wrestlers. He don't want nobody to fuck off and get sick because all it takes is one, and all of a sudden, that's what happened with the NBA. Like, prime example, Rudy Gobert got it, and all of a sudden, you just see it spread out through multiple teams. And in this bag, because we don't have that shit under control as much as I thought we would, but it's precaution, man.
Well, the thing that I'm really interested in is that it's going to be in multiple locations. First off, is it going to be exclusive to Florida? Where are these other venues going to be? Is it another like performance center? As Scooter said, the parking lot. Where do you see these shows being other than performance center? What about you, Mitch?
I'm trying to get a hold of Scooter right here. Can I get back to you? I'm trying.
Scooter is already in the chat.
Oh, he's back. Okay, never mind.
Scooter.
Okay, so repeat. No.
No. Where do you see these venues for WrestleMania? Do you think they're going to be at the same place, same state, Florida?
No, I don't see any of those shows happening at all. I think everything's canceled.
So you think WrestleMania is not happening?
WrestleMania, okay, when you said the wrestling shows, Vince McMahon's the only person there who has the ability to pay his own way and be okay with it. So, yeah, I think everyone except Vince McMahon is no-go for that weekend.
Seriously speaking, Scooter, where do you see these other places, these other facilities holding WrestleMania?
As you asked, where would the other location for WrestleMania be? That's what you were asking, right, James?
Correct.
They haven't disclosed it. I really think they're gonna do a setup somewhere on the grounds, somewhere probably in the parking lot. It's gonna be 5 to 10 people at the most. It's going to be a close set. It's really nothing surprising.
And now, WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year. Obviously, being in front of 60,000 people winning a championship is a big moment for you. What I've been hearing is a lot of the wrestlers really hope that WrestleMania gets canceled because they want to wrestle in front of people. Kaliko, what are your thoughts on that?
It's not even just the wrestling in front of people. It's also there are people who are overseas, i.e. Brock Lesnar in Canada, who might have a hard-ass time getting back to the States as they just put in the non-essential.
He's got his own jet, so
travel thing. But that's the thing, though. It's also I get he has his jet, but it's based on they're getting rid of the basis of casual travel, and it's only essential travel. So it's going to be a weird dichotomy. It really is. As far as WrestleMania is concerned, I get that the people are they would rather wrestle in front of people because, to be quite honest, the people are what makes the moments, the people reacting to it. But this just goes to show people that professional wrestling is that last live theater action that could keep going on. You see what I'm saying?
Cool.
It like your favorite TV show is like, if you like The Masked Singer, you better hope they tape them bitches in advance. Same with like sports and UFC and MMA and anything, like pretty much. This just goes to show you the breadth that Vince is willing to do just to give people like some kind of a normalcy. And I get why they don't want to do it in front of a crowd, but of all times, this would be the one time that they should like be willing to step up to make the world feel somewhat normal, even for those 3-4 hours.
What about you, Mitch?
Sorry. Can you repeat what we were talking about?
The wrestlers don't want it. They want WrestleMania to be canceled because they want to wrestle in front of a live crowd.
Well, that's what wrestling is. You've been taught. I know. I was taught to always you have to. The crowd is what matters. You have to do things to pull at the crowd, and when the crowd no longer matters, that takes an integral block out of what you're trying to do as a foundation. So it kind of changes everything. So it just depends on the individual companies how they evolve, what they choose to do,
But
etc.
then it depends on if they want to put on the event for having the sake of having an event, or if they want to put on the event for the purpose of making the world forget about the state of shit that it's going to for a
Yeah.
couple hours.
And to me, I think I agree with Scooter. I think it's gonna have to be on the latter rather than the former, because this shit is killing. As a matter of fact, prime example, in Italy, they had the people sitting outside. They would sit out on their balconies and start singing, and they started singing the Shinsuke Nakamura theme song. So that tells you,
Which
I'm
one, the
dead
New
ass serious.
Japan or the WWE one?
The WWE one.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
but it just goes to show you, there's something there that can, give some kind of normalcy. You know what I mean? Just to forget about it, even if it's just for fucking 3 hours. Even if the fact that there's nobody there doesn't mean that there's nobody watching, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta put the money behind them. They doesn't realize that he's got one of the few opportunities in the world to put on live programming that can be
Yeah.
seen around the world.
Now,
Like
if I
Scooter-
was Vince,
Yeah.
I would put it on regular TV.
Ooh.
Well, ESPN are airing the last 5 WrestleManias.
Right.
Oh, really?
So since they already have a deal with ESPN as far as the journalistic side, I would say, why wouldn't they push them to push it through ABC, which is a basic regular TV network, and that gets more people to watch it.
Yeah, but then you have the whole thing that ABC is owned by.
Yeah, the ABC, NBC, Universal. Yeah, but I think that this would be, if of all times they would bury a truce, and this would be it.
Honestly, what Vince should do, if he really and I was gonna say this before, if he really wanted to show solidarity, he should open up the Performance Center to indie promotions.
That's never gonna fucking happen. You know that though, right?
It will never happen. It will never happen.
He
At
purposely
best,
went
it's
out of
fall.
his way to buy every fucking wrestler on the market just to keep them away from other promotions. Yeah, so that's not gonna happen.
I mean, it wouldn't be a big hit to Ring of Honor. They're already not wrestling in front of crowds before Corona even actually happened.
Whoa.
Hollow tip
Yeah.
right there. Ooh.
Dude, the best thing that everyone outside of WWE can do is join together, like WWE versus the rest of the fucking world, dude. That's what they need to do. If I was AEW, I would get ROH, New Japan, Impact, and all the others together. MLW, you name it.
First of all, Japan ain't going anywhere now.
I'm just saying, I facetiously, I was just saying in terms of all wrestling world, but not now. Yeah, now they're walking.
Second, MLW stopped taping before this.
Okay, well, I'm saying before this actually happened, like if you want to go up against WWE, you need all hands on deck. You need all these splintered groups. That's why Vince is winning. He's got all the. If they all came together, I believe they would legit threaten WWE's like hold on the market. I really do.
But the problem
that'll never
is
happen.
What would they get? What would incentivize all the promotions to get together other than
Okay, hear me
just
out.
try to pick one event?
A loose old NWA style alliance where you guys all have the same goal in mind, which is to stand up to WWE. So you share talent, you know, and if you do it right, it can work. You know, all the cooks in the kitchen, you know.
I would like to say, I would like to thank everybody for listening. And obviously, these are dark, chaotic times. Easy for me to say.
Arcadic times. I wish.
And
I mean, that's all you got left. Shit, arcades.
and hopefully.